So now that we have the melee and range thing established, how do we like explore that? We start with some skills. This is slash and shield bash. Charges in, slams his enemies with his shield, empowering it with his wrath, and slashes the air in front of him with holy fire. Very melee. The great thing about his melee skills, the Crusader is often wearing a shield, so he won't be able to dual wield. That's okay, because for a lot of his skills, they're very AoE oriented, which actually makes up for the fact that you can't necessarily flail around really fast, but you can hit lots of monsters at the same time. So that's great, melee. Tick. How do we do the range? This is Justice and Blessed Shield. He hurls a hammer, slamming into his enemies and exploding with holy fire, and charges up his shield and throws it at them, ricocheting around, crushing everything in his path. The fantastic thing about the Crusader's ranged abilities is not only do they give him the ability to kill things from afar, they also have this fantastical physical component to them. You'll see there's no fluffiness here. He's angry, he's wrathful, he's righteous, he's a knight. He really kills things really well. And even his range skills have this great sense of like strength behind them. So now that we have the two gameplay roles established and understood, the next thing we need to do is go ahead and fill out the rest of the skill kit. We don't, unfortunately, start with just 24 skills. We have to, come up with that on the design side. So sometimes we're not successful. This is Crushing Resolve. Who here played a paladin in D2? So you know Zeal, right? Zeal was an amazing skill. It increased the number of monsters it would hit as you used it. It increased your attack speed, scaled with attack rating in fantastic ways. So we decided this guy's, descended from the paladins, so let's bring that skill forward and give it to him. Unfortunately, it didn't work too well. In Diablo 2, you have 2 skill buttons, effectively. In Diablo 3, we're so much better, you have 6. You have all these utility skills that you want to use. You want to have suspenders and generators and all this kind of thing going on at the same time. When you have one skill that does as many things as Zeal in that kind of context, it can actually get a little bit sad. Because you're just pressing one button all the time. You have no incentive to press anything else. We compound so many things on this one skill, that becomes all you need to press. Also, the visuals aren't really reading terribly well. It's kind of hard to tell that it actually increases the number of monsters only to 5. The buff is a little bit sort of strange and persistent because it's always there. So you won't actually see this on the Crusader. You won't see it on the floor, you won't see it in Reaper of Souls. The great thing about this is we learned a lot. This actually became Slash, and Slash has a rune on it called Zeal. So it's kind of win-win. Sometimes lightning strikes. This is Fist of the Heavens. Boom! Oh! Yeah! Louder! The Crusader is a knight in battle-scarred armor. This righteous warrior, so empowered and so powerful. He's this immovable force, an unstoppable object. When he commands, the heavens respond, and they give him this. Yeah, we call this an epiphany skill. This is the first pass implementation of this skill. We haven't changed it since we tried it out. Very first. We saw it in game, we knew it resonated so strongly that we had to just keep it, and we haven't had to iterate on it. It was that good. The great thing about Fist of the Heavens, mechanically, is it comes from the sky. As a Crusader, I want to be surrounded by enemies a lot. a lot of my utility skills, like Provoke, actually increase their potency based on the number of monsters that I hit. And the radius is actually around me. So when you're surrounded by enemies, and you really need to kill that treasure goblin that's over there, you need that. It comes from the sky. Thank you. So up next is Nick Eberly, technical artist, to take you through even more iteration of our skills. Thank you very much. And you big guy, don't forget the hug.